Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to school. Oh, I'm glad to hear from you and see you. We'll be talking to you most of the week. We have group lessons and individual lessons, and you'll be able to see teachers again. And hopefully, in a couple of weeks, we might be able to go back to school. We're not totally for sure on that, but let's hope. I'll be ready to go back to school. I think you are too. I'm going to read this story. It's called Max and the Tagalong Moon. It's by Floyd Cooper. What made me think of this was I was looking up at the sky, I know a few days ago, and the moon was really big. But it was so cloudy that you could just barely see the moon. So hopefully this story relates a little bit to that, to what I saw in the sky. So Max and the Tagalong Moon. And I'm going to assume that that's Max. And he looks like he's playing with a car there, doesn't it? Okay, let's read our story. Max and the Tagalong Moon. And then again, there we go. Max and the Tagalong Moon. Oh, look at this picture before I start reading. Oh, what's he doing there? Yeah, it looks like he's looking up at the sky, doesn't it? You think he's looking for the moon? That's possible. One night as Max was leaving Grandpa's house, he reached up to give Grandpa a big hug goodbye. In the sky behind Grandpa appeared a big fine moon. Look, Grandpa, the moon. That old moon will always shine for you, on and on. Grandpa and Max gazed quietly at the big moon together as it embraced them in soft yellow light. Max smiled at the moon and Grandpa then climbed into the car. Bye-bye, Grandpa. Bye-bye, moon. As the car pulled away, Max kept his eyes on Grandpa until he disappeared from sight, and all he saw was the moon. Max kept his eyes on the moon, waiting for it to disappear too. The long ride home was swervy-curvy, this way and that, all the way. The moon seemed to tag along. Max giggled as he watched the beautiful bright orb flicker through the passing trees, trailing behind the car as it traveled home, this way and that, playing peekaboo. How many liked that game when they were smaller? Peekaboo. Maybe you have brothers and sisters smaller and you play peekaboo with them. It's a fun game, isn't it? Up a hill, down a hill, the moon was ever there. Over a bridge around the curve, the moon bounced along. Around a tree past a field of sleeping cows, the moon stayed quietly with Max. Through a small town with roundabout streets, Max gazed as the moon kept up. At the mouth of a tunnel and out the other end, Max smiled when he saw the moon there, waiting. Dark clouds tumbled across the night sky. The stars and the nightingales all faded away. That picture there, that's kind of what I saw when I was looking at the moon in the sky. But the moon was so bright it was still kind of shining through the clouds. Max searched the darkness and wondered, where is the moon? Grandpa said it would always shine for me. Finally home, Max took one last look up at the empty night sky. I guess that old moon couldn't shine for me all the way home. Upstairs in bed, the room was dark. Max felt alone. He missed Grandpa. He missed the tag-along moon. Then slowly, very slowly, Max's bedroom began to fill with a soft yellow glow. The clouds faded away, and the moon peeked through. Max gazed up at that magic ball of light and thought what Grandpa said. That old moon will always shine for me. On and on. Max knew that whenever he saw the moon, he would think of Grandpa. On and on. And he slept soundly, embraced in soft yellow light. The end. That was a good story. I like that story a lot. Couple things that we remember. The moon does not create its own light. It reflects light from the sun, right? The sun. If you thought the sun, it reflects the light. Just like the earth doesn't create its own light, the moon doesn't create its own light either. The sun is what creates the light and brings, like if you're right now where I'm at, it's daytime. You might be watching this at night, and so the sun's not out. So the moon is reflecting the light. That means bouncing it back. Reflecting is like a mirror. If you look in the mirror, you're seeing your reflection. So, when we go out and see the moon and it's nice and bright and lit up, we look up in the sky, we say, oh, it's lit up. It's because the sun is shining on the moon. So, thank you for listening to the story. We'll see you next time. Bye.